views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio, harnessing our connection with the universe to effect change for optimal success and happiness. Are you looking for direction with your relationships, business, purpose, or simply life? Well, you're at the right place. Named one of the country's top psychics, Eve now brings her insights and gifts to this weekly hit call-in show, joined by visionaries, leaders, gifted others, but mostly you. Get ready for a slice of life's journey, Eve's objective guidance, tarot, readings, and the momentum you need to move beyond whatever crossroad you're stuck at. Now here's your amazing host, Eve.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio, harnessing the power of the universe for happier living. My name is Eve, the MBA psychic from Elite Tarot. So happy to be here today after finishing a super busy Halloween week. Benny, thank you so much for steering this moped, and many thanks to all and one and all for tuning in. So today and next week, November 9th, I'm going to be doing readings all hour for callers. After that, however, I'm going to be having 2 weeks of encore shows for you to enjoy. On Thursday, November 16th, Teresa Bell, author of Accelerate Your Energy, will be talking about getting into your energy zone, which is super helpful now that we're entering the holiday season. Then the following Thursday, November 23rd, which is Thanksgiving, please enjoy the encore show with Master Nick Graysonen talking all about Tai Chi. During those 2 weeks, please don't call in as I won't be here. On the 30th, I will be back doing readings again live on air. So if you're interested in getting a tarot card reading by me on air this month, today and next week are the best days to call in. If you've been struggling with a decision, not just sure what to do, would like some additional guidance, clarity, and insight, perhaps feeling disconnected from your purpose or finding love elusive and wondering what you can do within your own power to change the situation, we can look at everything through the lens of the tarot. If you're hesitant to get a tarot card reading for fear of the scary cards, fear not. Those scary cards are sometimes the very best cards. And in fact, there are actually no bad cards in tarot, particularly as I only see tarot as a visual representation of the mind of the unconscious. Your unconscious is on your side, cheering you on, wanting you to be happy, so nothing scary can possibly come up. Before I do any reading, I place a very clear boundary around the reading so the cards that come up have one and one purpose only. They're only there to provide guidance in addressing the question asked, but in a way where the person who's asking the question has all the tools they can use to tap into their own strength to find and pursue an optimal path forward. You always have free will. Today I'll be doing a 3-card tarot card reading with the first card representing your current situation, second card representing something challenging or blocking you, the third card represents advice. The phone lines are now open. The number to call for a reading is 800-930-2819. That's 800-930-2819. As always, please wait at least 3 weeks between readings if you've had a reading from me already, just to honor the universal energy that's been put forth for your reading so the messages don't become redundant and superfluous. I have a candle lit, which is my signal to open a session, and today, as always, I will be using the Rider-Waite Tarot card deck. If you don't have a deck handy, you can look up the cards online. I will also describe them. When you call, I'll be shuffling while we talk. Then I'll cut the deck using my non-dominant hand, which is my left hand. I use the non-dominant hand because that's the hand that accesses the unconscious. After that, I'll be fanning the cards face down in front of me and using my non-dominant hand, run the hand along the backs of the cards until 3 cards just energetically call out your name and pretty much literally stick to my finger saying, pick me, pick me, pick me. As always, I always like to start with a disclaimer that I am not a doctor, lawyer, therapist, or realtor, and a tarot card reading should never be taken as a substitute for seeking guidance from a licensed professional. These are just cards. They have absolutely no power over you. I certainly have no power over you. As I said earlier, you always have free will. It's just a visual representation of the little voice inside that all of us, believe me, I did it myself this week, all of us are overruling. We're saying, okay, little voice, tell me what you got to say. I may not follow it, but I want to hear an option. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome to the show. Just a little bit about who I am and my approach. I'm an intuitive coach and professional tarot card reader who works with clients around the world in helping them tap into their own power to affect change for optimal success and happiness. It is my belief we are all surrounded by energy, and what can happen is that with career, love, or finding your purpose of passion, we sometimes, even with the best of intent, find ourselves blocked with no movement forward. This feels like you're pushing against the wind, which is taxing to the body, mind, and spirit, which can lead to frustration, stress, and the feeling of working twice as hard but only getting half as far. Through my work, I help clients with their own power shift that energy to their back, so now they're only working half as hard but getting twice as far. By doing this, you're using energy effectively. I kind of liken myself to a vocal coach. It is not my role to tell you to sing opera, Broadway, pop, or country. I just want you with your glorious voice to use your instrument effectively. I call myself the MBA psychic as in addition to having an MBA, I look at a reading as an intuitive jigsaw puzzle, where tools to affect change for optimal success and happiness are presented through the tapestry of the tarot card reading. Sort of like a mainstream metaphysical midwife. It's not my baby. I didn't put the baby in there. I don't keep the baby once it's delivered. I don't determine the gender or sex of the baby. I am solely there as a support to help guide the person's own birth of insight, clarity, and guidance. My company, by the way, is Elite Tarot, which you can find at elitetarot.com. That's ELITETAROT.com or mainstreammetaphysicsradio.com. I do sessions over phone and Skype worldwide, so guidance and insight, no matter where you are, is just a click or call away. I do full profile readings, which take about 60, 75 minutes, and we really go in depth about what might be blocking your energy and how you, with your own power and strength, can move that energy so you're embracing joy in whatever area of life has been temporarily halted. I also offer shorter 30-minute phone readings where we look at fewer cards, but sometimes it's just what's needed to provide that guidance, clarity, and insight when facing a specific dilemma. No matter what kind of reading you do, all readings come with a summary of everything we talk about, photo of the final tarot card layout, and a recording of the whole session. You can book a reading directly on my site at elitetarot.com. And in addition to individual readings, I also do tarot card readings at events nationwide for corporate retreats, birthday parties, bridal showers, wedding receptions, Halloween parties, you name it. Well, why not just get right to calls? Why don't we go with our first call, Rhonda? Rhonda, welcome to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio.
Good morning.
Good morning. So good to talk with you. Is there anything you have a question about?
Well, while I was on hold thinking about that, and I guess it would be career-wise, I've had a number of changes in the last year. Although I've been at the same place for a number of years, there's just been a lot of transition. I'm just curious if that's going to settle down.
Well, let's take a look and see what we came up with. So while you were talking, I was pulling 3 cards. In terms of what is going to happen, say, with the company, I'm pointing up to the sky saying, out of my control and a little bit above my pay grade. But what we can do is look at how this has impacted you and what you can do going forward using your strength regarding the career and navigating that forward. The first card that I pulled representing you right now is the 6 of Wands. This is a super strong card, which is really representing the fact that, you're very clear with the direction that you're setting out for yourself. In this card, you see a person super strong holding a wand, which talks about creativity and vision and honoring what inspires you. He has a wand in his right hand with a wreath of victory at the top, and he's on a horse, and the horse is just going straight. However, suddenly the horse is turned the head to the right, which means that you had a very clear direction in your career, and suddenly the vehicle has suddenly made sort of a kind of a U-turn or a shift or a delay, and that's sort of, well, wait a minute, what does that do to my direction going forward? What does that mean for me in embracing having all of that vision fulfilled? Does that resonate? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I can see that as the uncertainty that I have felt.
Yeah, and you're the kind of person, based on this card, that's just like, I'm just going forward, everything, and then suddenly you're being thrown a curveball, and this curveball could lead to something a gazillion times better, but it's still a curveball. And so how does that do I just keep plunging forward, or do I go with the flow? Do I start looking around elsewhere? And so we're going to get to all of that. I'm going to take a quick break, so I'm going to ask you to hang tight with me through the break. And I can't wait to see what these other 2 cards are that come up and figure out what we're going to do about your career.
Thank you.
So we're going to just take a quick break. When we come back, I'll be getting back to Rhonda's reading. Plus, we got more readings to do. If you're interested in a reading, give us a call at 800-930-2819. You're listening to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. We'll be right back.
For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash.
Stay juicy. Tune in to Your Juicy Love with me, Una Drake, co-hosting monthly with Dr. Pat, and every second Monday at 12 p.m. on Transformation Talk Radio. My show, Your Juicy Love, helps you find the dynamic, life-affirming love you've always wanted. Transform your relationships and bring peace, joy, and juicy, juicy love to planet Earth. For more information, visit unadrake.com.
Tune in each month to Synergenetic Living Radio, where Rick and Grace Paris discuss the synergenetic way of life. What it means to truly change your perspective in life. What it means to take control of your life and manifest your true desires. For more information on Rick and Grace Paris and Synergenetic Living, check out synergeneticliving.com. Get clear on the life you desire and the current life you are creating and what is between the two. Synergenetic Living, living life loud.
Tune in to the Psychic Professor's Show, The Voices of Spirit Radio, with international medium and spirit artist Dr. Susan Barnes on Transformation Talk Radio, featuring a variety of spiritual topics such as psychic art, spiritualism, EVP, psychic development, and mediumship. This hit call-in show provides listeners with breakthrough wisdom to enliven and enlighten their lives. Visit spiritartgallery.net.
Tune in each Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern on Transformation Talk Radio. On the cutting edge of the new mainstream, Christine Upchurch is passionate about bringing together science, psychology, and spirituality in a way that can be applied to our everyday lives for true transformation. The Christine Upchurch Show, stellar conversations to illuminate your journey, engages some of the most outstanding visionaries on the planet in lively dialogue to inspire you to become that bright light you're meant to be. Join Christine every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Time on KKNW, AM 1150, and Transformation Talk Radio.
Be you plus live your purpose equals joy. That's the motto of Unstuck Joy with Vicki Todd. Vicki believes you were born with gifts that are meant to make the world brighter. Each show will feature an art visioning journal prompt to help you create your way to soul clarity. If you're ready to get unstuck and create more joy, this show is for you.
Tune in the first and third Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio. For more information, visit VickiWorldArt.com.
How would you like increased health and vitality? How would you like to avoid the onset of disease as well as slow the aging process? This is all possible through a simple, safe, and natural process. Every day we are either moving toward wellness or away from wellness.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. I'd like to be your partner in achieving optimal health. Contact me now at maryjanemack.com or call 425-392-0659. Visit maryjanemack.com.
It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from...
Welcome back to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. I'm Eve, the MBA Psychic from Elite Tarot, talking energy and doing readings today. I'm doing a 3-card tarot card reading for callers, with the first card representing your current situation, second card representing something challenging or blocking you, and the third card representing advice. If you're interested in a reading, give us a call at 800-930-2819. So right before the break, I was in the middle of a reading with Rhonda. Rhonda, are you still with me?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. So we're talking career with some possible changes, and let's take a look and see what's going on. So the first card that had come up right before the break was the Six of Wands, talking about you with all your strength and vision. All of that's great, and you're headed on this express lane, and then suddenly there's being some curveballs sent your way because this horse's head is kind of looking off to the side like, oh, maybe I want to go down this path. And so it's sort of sending up the brain into, well, wait a minute, should I just still go forward? Should I go back, go take some detour? Well, let me turn over the next card of something challenging or blocking you. And the card that comes up is the Moon. The Moon is card number 18 of the Major Arcana. And in this card, just to describe it briefly, you've got two kind of wolves or dogs. They're just elements of yourself, left brain, right brain, yin and yang, masculine, feminine, showing that you're kind of trapped between two very distinct places. The first, which is so clearly seen on the card, the Moon card, is this picture of this very intense lobster that's looming onto the shore. And so that doesn't look good. But then going the other way, you've got this winding road which fades off. And so it talks about going into an area where you're just not sure is going to be leading you with lots of twists and turns. That doesn't look good. And so you find yourself really caught here in that middle zone where it's like, I don't want to go backward with my career, but I also... based on this Six of Wands, their surprises in your career is not something that is something that you crave. And so all of a sudden you're faced, ooh, wait a minute, now I'm having to kind of navigate this journey that doesn't seem so clear. So this is leading to stalled movement from an energy perspective, because here in this card, it's just they're kind of caught between these two things. The key about this card is to know that lobsters, while they are very plentiful, they actually never do make it onto the shore. In this card, while it's threatening to come onto the shore, it never actually gets onto the shore. Let me quickly check under my desk. Nope. there is not a lobster to be seen. So I never see them actually walking around in downtown Seattle or anything like that. And yet at the same time, so what that kind of talks about is that the past, while it's the thing that your brain can focus on because it's the known, does not necessarily mean that if you make a shift in your direction that you're going to go backward. Even though the brain is thinking, if we don't follow the program, we're going to go backward. And that is just false. The other part of this is that while you can't see the road destination ahead, you take your great brain with you to navigate the journey each step of the way. In this card, that's a very clear path for the first few inches, but then it starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller. If you look too far down the road, then it's only going to lead to having you feel more blocked and not want to engage in the process. Rather, just don't focus on the destination, but focus on the journey. And know that your journey is filled with all sorts of adventures and twists that you hadn't necessarily anticipated, but could be fantastic if you allow it to happen. The key part as you start heading down this twisty, turny journey ahead, without knowing where the ultimate destination is, the key part is to make sure that you are super clear with what non-negotiable needs you have for the most ideal career possible. And what you have in your brain may not necessarily be what you write down, and so it's important to write it down, because when we keep it all in the brain, we may kind of compromise certain things or push down certain things unconsciously. Do you have your career non-negotiables written down?
No. I could see that would be quite helpful.
Yeah. So yesterday, take a sheet of paper and a pen and write them down. What do you write down first? It may not be what you think you're going to write down first. Maybe what you think you write down first, your pen doesn't even write it down. What do you write down last? What doesn't make the list? What makes the list that's a surprise? Then go through each one on your list and ask yourself, if I could have the most perfect career, but it didn't have this quality, would that still be okay? And if the answer is yes, then cross it off, because then you're trying to control the outcome. And so it's important that your list be filled with needs that are non-negotiable, which is separate from wants or specifics. So Acme Elevator Company might be a really neat idea, but when you put it down there, it's actually tying the hands of the universe from being able to present a path that you hadn't even considered, because if you're only looking for careers at the Acme Elevator Company, it kind of blocks that energy movement and can lead to more stalled movement. So write down your list, then take out all the specifics, all the wants, just so you're down with that core list. By doing this, you are making a contract with the universe, and you're saying, all right, I leave it to you to do all the heavy lifting and providing the right path. But now you have strength and power, because you can always have that list to navigate the path forward, so that you know if there are any red flags that you're compromising on. You only want to go through open doors, but honor red flags. What are your red flags? You've got them written down. So the emotion gets taken out, and also the compromising gets taken out, because your journey is unique, and so there is no compromise needed. Does that make sense?
It does. Yes, it makes great sense. I'm scribbling notes here because.
Plus, you can listen to the.
I can see where this will help. Yeah.
And you can listen to the archive too. But and then the thing is too is that it's not horrible to compromise. Sometimes we need to make compromises in life, but to acknowledge it that, okay, I am compromising by doing A, B, or C, which means this is not forever, I'm going to set up a timeline. I know that I'm compromising because I'm getting other benefits from it, but it is not a full-time thing. The advice card is fantastic. And so the advice card is the Ace of Wands. And the aces talk about beginnings. Wands, again, talk about your vision, that creativity. Only here, a wand is being presented directly from the universe, meaning that it is not in your brain right now. And so the universe can present a gift. It's up to you to accept it. But as long as you're kind of unconsciously focusing on pushing a closed door open or pulling a closed door that's open to make it open, you're not able to see and embrace that gift that the universe presents. There is a different opportunity that's kind of making its presence known, but it requires you starting to go down that path forward, even though you do not know the destination. You know if it's a good path, a good gift to accept or not, because you'll see it's an open opportunity, meaning somebody comes to you and says, hey, Rhonda, have you ever thought about doing this? Hey, Rhonda, how about doing something here? And you check it over your list of non-negotiables, no red flags. Just consider that a green light, because unfortunately, much is the pity, we won't see an actual flashing neon green arrow from the universe pointing to the right opportunity. Much is the pity, let me tell you. But
so no light above the door. This is the one.
I wish. Wouldn't that be fantastic? But, even though it is upsetting and uncomfortable when suddenly the idea that we have going forward is throwing a bit of a curveball, in this case at least, I see it as really a chance to kind of allow the universe to lead you to perhaps something that could be even better than anything you could have imagined. It's just not in your brain right now, so you don't have to just like, hey, what is it? Why can't I think of where to go here? You can just relax, stay focused on your strengths, stay focused on what your needs are in the ideal career, and just start going through open doors, following the path ahead one step at a time, not looking too far down the road. I hope this has been helpful for you.
It has been very helpful. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Please give us a call and give us an update, although not on the 16th or the 23rd, because no one will be there to answer your call. But good luck with everything. Thank you so much for calling.
All right. Have a great day.
You too. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got more readings to do. Alyssa, hold on. You're listening to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. We'll be right back.
Do you know how to achieve wellness in all areas of your life? Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Signs of wellness are a capacity to love and ability to nurture, a sense of purpose, a good sense of humor and plenty of fun in your life, a concern for others and a respect for the environment, a conscious commitment to personal excellence, a sense of balance and integrated lifestyle, and capacity to cope with whatever life presents. Well people enjoy their lives and want them to last as long as possible. That's why the wellness mindset usually accompanies other constructive, healthy lifestyle habits. By adopting a wellness mindset and behaviors like eating well, taking the right nutrition for the body, exercising, and saying affirmations are just a few things to structure a healthy system of values and beliefs. Call us at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. And visit us at MaryJaneMack.com.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show, talk radio to thrive by. I am so thrilled to be talking to all of you. We have got talk radio for all of us. Are you ready and willing and able to accept all of the abundance you can muster up in your life? Check us out, thedrpatshow.com, transformationtalkradio.com, transformationradio.fm. Oh my goodness.
Winning at the game of money. Lynn Brown is now offering Full Spectrum Finance, a progressive 12-month program that will help you to navigate through the mechanics of financial expansion. Finally, a financial planner who looks at the full spectrum of money and abundance. Engage you in the mental, physical, and energetic aspects of finance. This is Full Spectrum Finance. Are you ready to get into it? For more information, go to fullspectrumfinance.com.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthисfunny.com.
Tune into the wisdom of your soul for guidance on living a joyful life. On Soul Wisdom Radio, Wendy will provide inspiration to raise your vibration and connect with your higher self and guides. Learn how to balance your ego and to progress spiritually on Soul Wisdom Radio with Wendy Rose Williams. Visit wendyrosewilliams.com or Transformation Talk Radio to learn more about a healing session with Wendy and her events and publications.
Are you traveling most of your day? Do you want to take Transformation Talk Radio with you anywhere you go? Well, guess what? There's an app for that. Just go to the App Store on your Apple device or the Google Play Store on your Android and search Transformation Talk Radio. Catch all of our live shows no matter where you are. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. I'm Eve, the MBA psychic from Elite Tarot. If you'd like to learn more about me, book an intuitive coaching session over phone or Skype worldwide, or inquire about having readings at an event nationwide, please go to my website, elitetarot.com. That's ELITETAROT.com, or mainstreammetaphysicsradio.com. Today I'm doing readings all hour with a 3-card reading. The first card representing the current situation, second card representing something challenging or blocking you, third card representing advice. There's phone lines are open. There's a free line, the number 800-930-2819. So let's get to our next caller, Alyssa. Alyssa, welcome to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio.
Hey, thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thanks so much for calling. Is there anything you have a question about for today?
Well, first of all, I have to say I love your personality. It's so bubbly, and you don't see that very often. I love it. It's
thank
fantastic.
you. Made my day.
Yeah,
thank you.
Well, it's nice when you encounter people who are happy and bubbly, and you're like, yes, this is awesome.
I always like to say life is way too short to be in a bad mood. So,
amen.
So is there anything you have a question about?
Yeah, so I'm trying to get a breast reduction done because I was in a car accident and I'm now on disability, and the insurance denied paying for it because they said I'm not losing enough. And I have like bone spurs in my neck and like torn ligaments in my neck and arthritis and herniated discs in my back, and it's lots of craziness essentially. I'm curious if you feel like I should fight it or just like wait, or if it's going to kind of come around.
Well, let's take a look. But first of all, ow. That sounds like you have been through the ringer. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah. How long ago was the accident?
A little over a year and a half.
Wow. I'm so sorry about that. Well, let's take a look
Thank
and
you.
see what's come up. So the question is that they're not approving it, and it's like, do you just keep trying to just fight down this door, or go? What are the other options?
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say it's pretty much wait until, because I'm on disability from my job, but not federal disability yet. So I'm in between.
All right. Well, let's take a look and see what the cards say. So the first card that comes up is the Eight of Wands. So this is a really interesting card because in this card you have 8 wands that are kind of flying through air, and there's no people attached to it. So some of the wands are going up, some of the wands are going down. It's like as if things are there's a lot of stuff moving, but it's really hard to grasp onto anything. And that is what is so frustrating. At the same time, if you grasp it, this card is also saying if you grasp onto so much right away or have attachment to one idea, one approach, then you might be holding on so tightly to this approach and missing another opportunity that might be kind of swinging by. I always say it's like betting on a horse race, and horse number 1 is galloping out of the gate. And so you're like, okay, it's got to be horse number 1. Let me put all my money into horse number 1. And then right before the finish line, horse number 9, which you haven't been paying any attention to, just kind of lackadaisically just kind of shoots through. But because all your effort and energy was going to that horse number 1, it wasn't, there's more of a disconnect, and there's a feeling of just like hardened energy. So here you're trying to stay open, but at the same time, there's such a desire to just bang down a closed door. And this card is also saying, look at what perhaps maybe some of the other things, and just to allow yourself to kind of see yourself as like a piece of paper in the wind, kind of floating amongst all the different options that are available without attaching to one as being, okay, it's got to be this horse. Does that make sense? Something challenging or blocking you is the Queen of Swords. So I love when clients pull kings and queens because it talks about your super duper strength. So that's all fantastic. In this card, however, there's a feeling that you're kind of beating yourself up and being kind of your harshest critic, or like, gosh, why didn't I do this? Why did I say this? Making those kind of challenging words go towards yourself before you would do them to anyone else. And it's because there's this need of just total self-protection right now because of the accident and stemming from it. And so while that is totally understandable from an energy perspective, and that's my focus. If you have a carburetor problem, definitely check out a different place. But from an energy perspective, that turning inward and turning kind of that negative dialogue upon yourself, what it does is it just shortens all those opportunities and just can halt that movement, which then makes it that much more challenging to see what perhaps a separate path could be opening up. Does that resonate? Do you find that you're kind of being very self-protective and just like doing some beating yourself up in this whole thing?
Yeah. I really thought that I was going to be able to get the surgery paid for, and then they're like, oh yeah, you're not doing enough. So I'm just like, okay, what have I done wrong?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Notice
I
that you're
myself up more than I should.
What have I done wrong? And totally understandable. It's just from an energy perspective, it's just not serving you, and it's just not the most effective use of energy. So definitely, while beating yourself up is a habit, that also means it can be unlearned. And so every time you hear something negative, like, I thought that this was going to happen, I must have done something wrong, I must have said something, I must have tried something wrong, notice that every time you do that, it just is like it weighs you down physically as well as emotionally, which then just kind of delays all the healing that takes place on so many different levels from such a thing as this car accident. So as soon as you say those words, immediately say, I take it back. I'm doing great. I'm doing the best I can. And I'm just leaving it open for others. Now, that's easier said than done, but it is super important that as soon as you say something negative, to immediately shift that. Do you have a dog or anything like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's your dog's name?
His name is Monkey.
Okay, fantastic. So can you imagine if Monkey pees on the rug on a Monday, and on Thursday you say, you can't do that? Can you imagine what Monkey's response is going to be?
He's going to be like, what you talking about?
Exactly. And so this is exactly the same thing. You can't just say, on Monday, I really turned this inward and I said I wasn't doing a good job. I must have done something wrong. And you have to get it right then and there. So any time that you say something that is just weighting you down and making this journey just a little bit more challenging, I take it back. I'm doing great. Even if the brain resists, I want you to note how the body physically feels as soon as you do that. The advice card came up is the 7 of Wands. So, here you see a person with all their strength and standing up on top of all those 8 wands. So here we started with the 8 of Wands where the advice is the 7 of Wands, where it's really about finding, as you start embracing this journey, for whatever reason it's taking the way it is and it's taking some twists and turns that you hadn't anticipated. Here from the advice perspective, it's really about standing tall and saying, okay, I'm open to some other opportunities, open to other suggestions, open to other ideas that may come forth. And what is amazing is that you may find that magically it sort of shifts the other thing in place. It's kind of like if you've got a headache, sometimes it's that your foot has a problem. As soon as you fix your foot, sometimes your headache goes away. So while there's nothing that I can do, unfortunately, about saying I would call this number and yell at this person just because that's about me and my knowledge base, all I can do about is how you can use your energy most effectively during this time. Do you think you're doing a great job in managing all of this?
Yes. It's been very challenging.
That's all I wanted you. I just wanted to test you and you passed. You said yes. Yes, it has.
Well, I'm glad I passed.
It has definitely been challenging, and I am so sorry that you've been going through this. Make sure you are giving yourself what you need, but not just on the adult level to heal during this whole process, but also the inner child level. In that Queen of Swords, you see this inner child in the throne that she's sitting in. And so know that your inner child is also recovering from this car accident. Your inner child is also recovering from all the strain and stress and everything from this whole transition. Make sure that you're giving her what she needs. Inner child healing is different from adult healing. So think about the things you used to love to do when you were 8, when you were 10 years old, whether it was playing with the dog, painting, dancing, hula hooping, biking. Well, maybe you can't do that right now, but whatever you can do, give yourself permission to do those things and see how the body physically feels. See how your energy goes forward, because she is your GPS. And so when she's hurt, when she's been feeling kind of really broken up from all of this justified trauma, it's important just to make sure that you're healing on that level, as well as doing everything that I know you're doing already for healing from that adult level.
That's awesome. Thank you. I never thought of that.
I'm so glad. Please, keep us updated. Honor the inner child. Allow yourself to kind of picture being floating in the wind, seeing what comes open, not feeling the urge to grasp on the first thing or try to bang down a closed door. At the same time, shift the way your energy is talking about yourself in this process and see what other opportunities come open as you continue your healing, which you're doing great. And again, I'm so sorry you've been going through this. Heal from all those levels, and then please keep us updated, okay?
I will, definitely. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks so much for calling. We are going to take our last break. When we come back, got more readings to do. You're listening to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. We'll be right back.
One soul, one prize, one golden glance of what should be. It's a kind of magic. One shine of light that shows the way.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
Get ready to experience Truth Talk Radio with host Deb Acker. Tune in to Truth Talk Radio each Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com to illuminate the truth in your daily life as you experience life, love, and abundance from a whole new perspective. This hit show will leave you feeling lighter and bring you into a place of infinite possibilities every day in every way. Visit TruthTalkRadioshow.com for upcoming transformative topics and guests.
Amber Teal, founder of The Healthy Edge, is bringing you the hit show Healthy Edge Radio, living with power, passion, and purpose. Amber provides the support and tools necessary for you to finally release the weight and emotions that are hidden beneath the weight. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio. For more information on how you can take the next step with Amber, visit getthehealthyedge.com.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Hi, this is Laura Richer, host of On the Verge Radio. Sometimes you hear encouraging messages like transform your life now, become empowered, create the life you crave, and it all seems overwhelming and you're not sure where to start. I'm here to tell you that self-improvement is not always fun and easy, but it is always worth it. The path to creating positive changes begins with releasing the things that have been holding you back. Then you can create a life that inspires you. I know this because I've done it. You can find out more about what I do by visiting my website, SeattleHealingHypnosis.com. I look forward to supporting you on your journey.
Tune in to the hit show Raging Skillet Radio, Mouthing Off with Chef Rossi. Chef Rossi mouths off about different subjects in pursuit of breaking down walls and opening up your minds. She and Dr. Pat banter back and forth, taking from the headlines of the day on subjects that reach beyond what goes on in the world into your hearts. And go to theragingskillet.com to find out more and let Chef Rossi know what's on your mind.
A kind of magic, one dream, one soul, one prize, one golden glance of what should be. It's a kind of magic. One shine of light that shows the way. No mortal man can win this day.
Welcome back to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. I'm Eve, the MBA psychic from Elite Tarot, doing readings today. Let's get right to our next call. Tammy, welcome to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
Thank you so much for calling.
You're welcome. I would like a reading today on my current situation that's I think that what I'm doing is controlling it, and I'm not sure what to do or how to go about doing it. So maybe you can help me out here.
Absolutely. And just so I get a sense, is this, you don't have to say what it is, but are we talking career? Are we talking relationship? Are we talking just navigating a decision? People?
It's just navigating a decision of my life. I guess just what path to take next or what I should do. But yeah.
You got it. Well, I pulled 3 cards, and the first card that came up is a super important card, and it's the Lover's card. In this card, you see 2 individuals, and again, this is all you because this is a reading about you and what energy you're putting forth, because ultimately that's all we have control over. Much is the pity sometimes. And so here you see those 2 duality of energies, left brain, right brain, yin and yang, masculine, feminine. It's the Lover's card because there's nudity, and nudity in tarot talks about unconditional self-acceptance. And that no matter at whatever decision, relationship, any sort of thing going forward, what is so critical is that you're kind of being almost forced to confront is this place of self-acceptance. And so often what can happen is we kind of delay focusing on that, and instead we try to control another circumstance, another situation, when as a way of getting to that place of self-acceptance, rather than just saying, okay, who am I? Do I love myself? Am I going forward in the direction that I want to go forward? And truly giving yourself permission to take this time to be authentic with who you are in your journey. Does that resonate? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Yeah. And just know your journey's yours. And what can happen is we'll unconsciously look at those other circumstances or other situations to kind of fill those needs. And that's not anyone else's or any other situation's responsibility. It really needs to start from that place of self. Now, one of the things that you said were a lot of hopes, wants, tries, make sure that words like hoping, wanting, thinking, trying, feeling are taken out of your vocabulary, because what it's doing is it's keeping you in this sort of stalled place and making it that much harder to go forward with a decision. But the card that's a challenge or a block, and I can clearly see a decision that you're trying to make, is the 2 of Pentacles, which is all about making a decision. In here you see a person juggling 2 pentacles, up and down, up and down, up and down, and he's juggled those 2 pentacles, or let's call them decisions, so much that a rubber band has formed around them, almost so that as soon as you go in one direction, the other side just swings back. And he takes on this almost comical appearance because he's like, I don't even care at this point, just I want to make a decision. Know that you have overthought this decision. You have overthought it, and because you've invested so much mentally into all outcomes. And so the important part is from that place of authenticity and self-love, make a decision knowing that you will not, unfortunately, I hate to say it, you will not feel good about the decision right away. It's not that you're making the wrong decision. It's just if you say pizza, hamburgers, pizza, hamburgers, pizza, hamburgers, pizza, hamburgers so many times, no matter what you choose, you're going to have this moment of like, oh, but wait a minute, I wanted the other thing. Give yourself permission to just go through that. Over time, allow that decision to take shape, and then make a decision whether or not you need to make any adjustments going forward. I'm going to go pretty quickly through the next card just because we're coming up on the end of the show. And I want to hear from you first, but the advice card is the Hermit. Now, this is so not saying you are or will be a hermit, has nothing to do with that, but this is about giving yourself permission to go on the solo journey of really tapping inside your soul, asking what is it that you need on the adult, on the inner child level. Who are you? Where are you going? This is a major arcana card. The Lovers is a major arcana card. Give yourself that permission to really explore the me time. making sure that you're got that clear foundation, and the foundation from a place of self-love. Only you can do this, but it will set everything else in motion regarding the decision. Just make it. Doesn't matter what you decide, frankly. At this point, just make the decision. You can always shift course later. I'm so sorry to rush through this. I hope this has been helpful.
Yes, it has. I completely understand it, and I think I already knew that. Hearing it from somebody else sort of just says, okay, Tammy, you're doing the right thing. So, yes, it is.
I love it. Excellent.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thanks so much for calling. Give us an update. I want to thank everyone for tuning into our reading show on Mainstream Metaphysics Radio. Thank you, Benny, for running the show. Thank you, one and all, for tuning in. This is such a blessing for me to be able to do this show each week, and I look forward to next week's show, which I will be doing readings all hour again. Please join me every Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, with peace and love and gratitude. See you back here next time.
You've been listening to Mainstream Metaphysics Radio with your host, Eve. Join us Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com to harness the power of the universe for optimal success and happiness as Eve continues to take metaphysics mainstream. Until then, learn more about Eve and Elite Tarot at EliteTarot.com. That's EliteTarot.com. See you next week.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.